'Cause cover girls don't cry after the face is made. But there's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing, the world could change its heart. No scars, see you're beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful. Oh.
Hey guys, it's Ray Lachey. This will be my first YouTube video, so I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Who wouldn't want to see me again? Like, it's Ray. Today we're gonna have a little story time. I'm gonna tell you guys about the time I found out I had cancer and how it like basically changed my life. Okay, so in 6th grade, I was that quiet but shy, but then again I was friends with everybody. Like, I was just that kid. Like, I didn't have a problem with anybody. Everybody was just my friend. So then again, it was like another side to me. If you knew me, I had like a hyper side. So around spring break, I wasn't that hyper kid no more. Like, I was drained. I was feeling weak. I was tired 24/7. It was like real bad. I had tried out for an 8th grade basketball team while being in 6th grade. Made the basketball team because I'm a little hooper. And I went to one of the practices and my coach was like, your face is like real swole. But I had sat out like 2 practices already because I was lightheaded and dizzy. So he was like, I'm not gonna let you play today. You need to go get checked out before you can play basketball. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you care about me. So the first day of spring break, my grandma come and get me. She takes me to a hospital, well, not a hospital, like a ER. And it was like adult ER. So they're like, we can't take blood from her, but we can tell you like it's something really wrong with her. Her blood pressure is real low. She has these red dots on her face is swollen. So he sends me to like an ER out in Medina, where it's like a quick ER where they get you in real fast, but they're not a real, like, it's not the main hospital. So they get me in and they're like, it's something wrong. Like, they take my blood, they make me, you know, put on the gown, get ready, and they tell my grandma, they're like, we need her mom and dad here. We can't tell you anything because you're not her legal guardian. So I'm sitting there like, why can't y'all tell me? Like, it's me, it's my body. Like, come on. But anyways, my mom and dad gets there and still nobody's talking to me, but somebody come in, like, I had to have been there for like 3-4 hours. Somebody finally come in and was like, well, we're gonna transfer you down to the hospital, Akron Children's Main Hospital. I'm like, what in the world is going on? Like, I was never that kid to ever get sick. Like, I only had 1 broken bone in my life. I've never like actually been sick. So I'm like, cool, whatever. I'm about to just go to the hospital. They're gonna tell me what's wrong with me and I can go back. It's spring break. I'm ready to, you know, live it up. So I go to the hospital and then I meet like some doctors and they're like, you're gonna be here for just about a week. I'm like, a week? Like, what's going on? Like, but yeah, so somebody was like, she got cancer. And I was looking around like, who is she talking? Like, did she mean to not post this on my wall? Like, what's going on? So I inbox her, like, what's going on? My dad and my mom just was like, what? Somebody posted this? Like, we didn't want to tell you. And I'm like, tell me what? Like, I got cancer. So it was I don't know, it was like real crazy. Like, I didn't even know what cancer was for real. I was young, I'm carefree, like I didn't have any worries in the world. But yeah, found out I had cancer. It was leukemia. They weren't sure at the time if it was lymphoma or leukemia, but either way it was in the blood. I had leukemia and they told me I'll be there for like a week. I was there for 2 weeks. I was on this diet where you can't have like no salt. Like, when you say food that tastes like nothing, it was the worst diet in the world. I would refuse to eat before I go on that diet again. It was that bad. But yeah, so I go on that diet. They tell me treatment took 2.5 years. You're supposed to lose your hair a month after. Your girl kept her hair 7 months and then it fell out because whatever, I was a cancer patient. And then I was one of them, like I said, I was one of them quiet and shy kids. So like, I wanted approval for everybody when I was that age. And I wouldn't go out the house with a bald head. Like, even some of my closest friends never saw me with a bald head, honestly. It was like, I always had a wig or something. And then my mom does hair, so like I would have a quick weave or something. I would come out the house looking regular. People questioned me for forever, telling me I didn't have cancer, I was lying. But who would just make something like that up? Like, I don't know. That's just something I would never wish for my worst enemy. I don't understand why people lie. Like, I've heard so many people lie about having cancer, and it's crazy. But yeah, so those 2.5 years, it was pretty smooth for real, because I wasn't in the hospital. I just had to go and get my treatments. They was smooth. Like, I didn't feel like I was dying or none of that, but I was really sick. It was times where I couldn't get out of my bed. It was times I was real weak. I actually started, at the end of that last year, I was in 8th grade. I started actually playing my sports again, 8th grade basketball. I would score like 12, 14 points a game. I started volleyball. I started running track. Like, I was living a normal life while having cancer, like while going to get my treatments. I actually got an award for, like, literally, it was a doctor that came to my house, well, a nurse that came to my house, and he would give me 2 shots in my legs. I got 2 shots in my legs and then went to my cheerleading competition. Like, I was that dedicated to my sports. And I mean, it wasn't gonna stop me. You never supposed to let something you go through stop you from, like, I don't care what it is. I'm telling you, you can do it. You just gotta push yourself, and you gotta really want to do it. So yeah, I was diagnosed cancer-free like August 4th, I want to say August 4th of 2015. And I was in high school. Like, I was a freshman. I was real hype. You know how hype you be when you're going into freshman year. I was playing my sports, you know, and I had got, it was like a port where they poke you, and like, so it's easier, so they don't got to keep poking your veins. It was a port, so I got that type, you know. Next thing you know, I come into high school, I get done with volleyball season, I'm just, you know, living life. And it come December, basketball season again. It was basketball season. So I come, and my face is like this or something like that. Like, one side was like drooping. And I'm like, this ain't right. But I had felt like a little knot right here. And I'm like, this is a lymph node. Everybody kept telling me, no, no, no. I'm like, I know my body. I've been through this before. So it comes out, it was a lymph node. And like, I was sent through hoops. I went to the doctor like once a week for 4 weeks. I tried to get in with my regular doctor. She couldn't get me in for like 2 months. My mom was out of town. It was just, I don't know, it was really bad. So my mom comes back, and I'm talking to my oncologist, and he's like, well, you don't have cancer anymore, so we're not really worried about that. Like, we told you you're cancer free, so maybe your wisdom teeth is coming in, so go see your dentist. So I went to see my dentist, and she like, honey, I see your wisdom teeth coming in, but you cool. Like, they cool. That's not what's causing your face. You need to go back and talk to somebody. So my oncologist is like, well, we'll do a biopsy, but I doubt it's anything. And in my mind, you know how you know it's something wrong with you, but you don't want to, like, put it into existence, like, say it into existence. So I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing. Comes out. I had the biopsy done. My doctor was like, stay around an hour or so, and your results will be back. So he calls us into the clinic. We come into the clinic. It's me, my mom, my dad, and it's my doctor. And if you guys knew my doctor, like, he has the straightest face. Like, he didn't show emotion for the first 2.5 years, and it scared me. Like, I was really nervous around him. But he, like, he's the sweetest guy, and this is my guy. Like, nobody could ever tell me anything about him. He's the best oncologist at Akron Children's Hospital there is. I hope he watches this. I don't think I can say his name, so I won't. But yeah, so he was sitting there, and he didn't have that, like, straight face no more. His face was like, it looked like he wanted to cry for me. And, like, I don't know, I didn't cry the first 2.5 years, but when he started, like, when his face just looked like that, and then I'm thinking about everything I just went through, and I'm thinking, like, I just started living my life again. Like, I'm a teenager. You want to live in teenage years. He told me that news, and I just, like, I bust out crying. It's to a certain point where you can be strong. Like, people, like, how people be like, I know what you're going through, and it's just like, I don't know, it's nothing that anybody, I can't even compare it to anything. Like, it was, I don't know. So he's like, to try to make me feel better, he's like, well, you're only gonna have to go through 6 months instead of 2.5 years, and we're gonna give you a bone marrow, so hopefully you never have to go through it again. So I'm like, all right, cool, like, that sounds cool. And, you know, I just gotta keep a smile on my face for everybody else, because if I cry, then everybody else is gonna cry. And it's just like, I'm just going around smiling like, it'll be okay, we're gonna get through it. Like, because when I think of cancer, I don't think of people dying. Honestly, if you have that type of mindset where it's negative all the time, like, if you do this, this is gonna happen, or if you do that, that's gonna happen. You can't have that type of mindset. You have to have a positive mindset through whatever you go through. Like, when they told me cancer, I'm like, all right, cool, we're gonna beat it. I might be bald, I might be weaker than everybody else, it might be a setback for me, but I make it through it, and I'm gonna have a story to tell, you know. So I go, I tell everybody, I tell my basketball team, I'm like, hey guys, it's like, and I just see everybody crying. It's like, I want to cry with y'all, but I can't. I gotta be strong. I gotta keep that strong mentality. So yeah, so he gives me an option to go right before Christmas, and I'm like, I can't go before Christmas. Like, I want to be with my friends. It's winter break. I want to at least have a normal life until I absolutely have to go. So Christmas ran on like a Friday that year, and then Saturday, Sunday, I got baptized. After I got baptized, I went on a shopping spree, spent some money, a couple bucks, you know. Then I had 2 friends come over, and we were gonna have a sleepover. But my face hurted like so bad. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I called my dad, and I'm like, I can't do it. Like, I have to go to the hospital. I didn't know that they were gonna take me to the floor when I got to the hospital. Like, they were on no games. They're like, okay, well, you're starting treatment today. So I start treatment. I don't remember anything. Like, when I go in there, I will be in so much pain. They would just put me on pain medicine. And y'all know how pain medicine is. Like, you'll be in a whole nother world. Like, I don't remember my 15th birthday. I don't remember New Year's that year. I don't remember it at all. Like, and then come January, they come in my room. It's like, I got a couch full of people. I got my bed full of people. It's people standing up. It's moms, cousins, family, like friends. Everybody's just in there vibing with me. And it's like, you know, it's nice to have somebody come in here while you're at your lowest point. So they're in there, we all playing around, and like 10 doctors rushing her room. She's sick. Like, we see something in her face. Like, I think it was right here. And so they're like, we gotta do emergency surgery. Like, my mom, I didn't even know where my mom was. I found out later on that she had went to the chapel. She was so, like, she didn't want to let them do the surgery because it was so random. It was like 10 o'clock at night. It was 10 doctors. I later found out that they wanted to peel my face down, scalp me, like shave my head. Well, my head was already bald. They wanted to like pull my scalp back. I met a plastic surgeon. I met an ear, nose, and throat. I met so many doctors that I just can't even remember. They thought I was gonna go blind in one eye. Like, they didn't know. They just knew they had to do the surgery to find out what was in my face. So turns out, like, I woke up, it was like 50 people in the waiting room waiting to hear for my surgery. It was like amazing to see all the support that you can get. Like, I don't know. So yeah, I wake up and I find out I had cancer. Like, I had leukemia, more leukemia, like in my face, like right here, just balled up. So they had to do radiation, and when they do radiation, it's like they hit that exact point where they see the cancer. So this is the mask they use to do the radiation, and like right here you could tell this is where, so it was right here, this is where the laser would come down on my face and they would get all the, you know, back stuff out. I went to radiation for like 2 weeks, and then I was cool to go. Came back from that, I had like a black eye. I'm going to show it like right there, the pictures. Like, I took pictures of my friends and I had black eyes. But that's when I got like mad support. People come up there, make sure I'm cool, make sure I got everything. Then comes February, no, not February, here comes March. I find out the medicine isn't working. So they're like, can you go to Cincinnati tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, cool, like whatever I gotta do to make sure this works. I go to Cincinnati, and it's like a test drug that they just found out works for my specific cancer. It's weird, but it's interesting. I can tell you guys more about that. But yeah, so I get there, and I'm there for 3 weeks. They do a bone marrow the 3rd week, and they're like, it's not working. Like, it cancels some of the cells off your body, but it's not how much we want it to be. So they're like, we're gonna send you back to Akron Children's. They got a new test they want to do, like a new medicine they found, and hopefully it'll work. So I go back, I drive back to Akron, and I start this pill. It's like you take 2 pills every day. And so turns out it worked, y'all. It really worked. But before I knew it works, it's like I was in the hospital. I could probably count on my hand how many times I was actually out of the hospital that year. Like, I was in the hospital the whole year. When they said 6 months, it turned out to be like 12 months. It turned out to be that whole year. It put me in a real depressed mind. Like, I remember people stopped coming to see me, and it's like I was just sitting up there by myself. And so I told myself, like, I was like, I give up. And so when I gave up, I found myself in the ER the next morning, and my doctor actually told me, he was like, you were sitting on your deathbed. And so, like, I don't know, that just like really opened my eyes. Like, you can't give up no matter what you go through. I'm telling you guys, when you give up, that's why when you hear so many people dying of cancer, like, I remember my cousin coming in. I had got my bone marrow in July. I had got approved for a donor, and my donor got canceled. Well, she got denied at the last minute, so I got a stem cell transplant. But like right when I got my bone marrow, like you never know who's on the floor with you. I'm on the floor, like I'm in a hall back by myself, and one of my nurses come in and she's like, your cousin said, tell my cousin I love her goodbye. And like I remember, because me and him, it's like we weren't like this cousins, we just knew each other. And like his mom was my mom's foster sister, so that's like, I call him my cousin, and he had cancer. And I remember them telling me he said goodbye, and I'm like, why is he saying goodbye? He told them that he's ready to go with his mom. His mom died, and she said, I'm ready to go with my mom. And I just like, that showed me, like, when you got that mindset and you give up, like, it's over. Like, so like I kept the positive mind that I'm gonna get through it. Hey guys, and I'm still living, I'm still here. I can't even tell you guys, like, having that bone marrow, I was locked in a room for 4 months, just like literally locked in a room. I couldn't go outside the room. I could only have certain people come inside. It was during school year, so people were busy, they could barely come up there and see me. It put me in a real depressed mindset, and like, it's just something I wouldn't wish on anybody. I don't know, I can't have words to really explain it. I met really cool people though, my nurses I still love, and I'm happy that I can now keep in contact. I'm happy that I can now say I am coming August of this year, I'll be announced 2 years cancer free. I am a survivor 2 times. I'm back living my life. I'm back living up to whatever I want to be. I'm going to push myself no matter what anybody tells me. And that's what I want you guys to always remember, to keep a positive mindset. Push yourself to be the best that you could be. And remember, the sky is not even a limit. It's past the sky. You can go wherever you want. You just got to push yourself and do the work to get it done. Okay? I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe so I can talk to you guys some more, and tell me what you guys would like to hear more. Like, send me topics or send me questions, send me challenges, and I'll do it. Thanks.